All right. I think the audio is good, hopefully. If not, I'm pretty sure you guys will tell me. How are you? What's going on? Happy Saturday. Happy pre-holiday. Happy what? Rent time, mortgage time, bill time, food stamps time, spending that money time for the children that went back to school and the fees and all that stuff. Welcome, my broke people. Welcome. Ha ha. Hope you all are doing well. And a joke about, well, it is a running joke that everyone is six figures here on YouTube, I tell you. And I think YouTube be paying attention to that because they've been emailing me. They say, "Look here, we've been watching you." Well, okay, they didn't say that. I take that back. But they did send me an email saying, you can try different things because you have memberships now, and this is a way to promote. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I know. I just don't like to say like, share, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's like, why would I constantly do that? People know. They just choose not to. And I can't force anyone to do these type of things. And it's just, I don't know. I just don't like it. Maybe. Okay. I just changed headset. This is a shame. I tried. Okay. Well, here I am. You want me to repeat what I just said? Please don't make me repeat what I said, but I'll repeat it quickly. I think YouTube is watching me. There's a running joke that everyone on YouTube is six figures. I like to treat people as adults. I don't like to continue to remind them to like, share, subscribe, and to tell them I have memberships. But I think what's going on is they're seeing that I've been active with memberships, but not only that, I don't go live, but on only a couple of days a week. So hey, it's not like I live stream every day. So hey, what can I say about that? But anyway, I will say it again. Like, share, and subscribe. I have memberships now. It is a way of supporting the channel. It is a little small token to help the content creator continue to give you good quality content. Now, if you would like for me to go all black man ain't nothing and go into that diatribe, and then I know I get lots of super chats. They like, hey, how dare you say that? I want to challenge you. You're not married. You're over the wall. And then, I get lots of people watching and lots of super chats and be the stir of YouTube and all that stuff. But no, I am a different type of person. I live my life the way I do. I am not going to sell myself out because you do know when you do that type of content, you're actually selling yourself out because you are talking about your race and gender or opposite of gender. So whichever way is still selling out, and that is not I. Now, speak of selling out, went downtown today, and I tell you, when you go to the water tower, it is not the same with Macy's being gone. It's just sad up in there. Really sad. A lot of stores are gone, but Macy being the main one on the main floor, and it was just, I don't know, it's just a sad day. Just sad. It's been gone for a few months, but I just kind of haven't been in the water tower. Still, social distancing, but it really looks sad now. I also joked about, I know you guys are enjoying your weekend, your pre-holiday, your rent time, your mortgage time, paying the kids' fee time, food stamp time, first of the month, all of that. I know you out there enjoying it. So I don't expect a lot of people to tune in tonight, but that's okay. You can always check the replay. That's what we do here. I have several stories. I'm just going to kind of skim over and I'll drop the link in the chat room. You can follow up with it later. I just want to bring it to everyone's attention so that way maybe I can get through these, I think about 10 stories. Um, Speaking of the economy, the first thing I was going to mention as, and this is really not even part of the show, but when I was walking around downtown, as I mentioned today, I did mention Water Tower, but I ran into a subway. And I thought it was so funny to see they were all bulletproof and ready. They said, oh, we're not going to get our place ramsacked because they already know what's happening. They know something is going to happen. Exactly what, they're not sure, but they are ready for it. They like, you want your sandwich? We way back here behind this bulletproof glass. We ain't worried about nothing. What you want? Pickles? So yeah, I thought that was interesting to see some bulletproof glass. I said, dang, Subway, y'all ain't playing. All right, everybody, without further ado, that was my little intro. And let's bring on the wonderful Canadian Jamaican. You know who that is. Get ready, y'all.
Go down there, wine and go down there, go down there, wine and go down there, wine and go down there, go down there. Stay down there, girl. Stay down there.
I'm down there, yes. Oh, and I have a wedding to go to tomorrow, and I'm gonna
Oh,
request it. I'm gonna finally be able to dance to the song in public. I'm so excited, y'all. So excited. Y'all gonna have to be dancing in the spirit with me tomorrow. Go down there. How you doing this afternoon, Shy?
I am doing well. How are you?
I gotta tell you, girl, I'm like all kinds of, I don't even know. I don't, listen, we have been on this master mission, okay, to renovate our place so it looks like a completely different place. And it's like, you know, you ever seen the movie Money Pit?
It's been
Right?
a while, but yes.
Yeah, right. I ever see this. So you buy this house, and you're like, oh my god, it's so perfect. We just have to do a little bit of renovations to it. It's gonna be great. And then everything you touch turns to shit. Right? Like you go to walk onto the carpet and then you sink through the floor. Like it's just like everything goes wrong. Yeah, that's what like the last few days have been for
Oh,
renovating like everything, and then I come up with the solution and it makes it cooler, and then something else goes on. I don't even know. I'm just like, you know what, I feel like God does not want me to have a complete renovation by the end of this long weekend. That's what I feel like that, like the universe is working against me. So you know what I'm gonna do to the universe, Shar?
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna beg him, please let me finish, please. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm so tired.
Well, use that James Brown please. That please, please help me. Oh, I need you so.
Hmm.
Do it in that fashion.
I'll do a little bit of that mixed with a little bit of like Drake simping. I feel like that's a good mix, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, right. So we'll work that out. We'll work that out. I will give y'all an update next week about how many extra days it took me to finish this renovation.
Man. Oh,
I know.
man. But I hear you. That's a lot.
Especially when you're building stuff yourself, and then things go wrong with that. I wasted all last night building a table, and then when I went to flip it
Oh,
around with the legs on the bottom, didn't realize that the top of the table wasn't attached properly. So it ripped the top of the table off as I'm flipping it because I'm holding the top of the table. And then it crashed sideways on all the legs that weren't, the glue wasn't fully solid on. So it just ripped everything apart. So it just crumbled into the matchsticks in front of me. I was like, really?
dang.
Yeah, no, it's been a serious 24 hours. It's been so serious that even my favorite song could not make me fully forget. Maybe forget a little bit, but not fully forget. I'm definitely ready to go though after hearing my song. Go down there, wine and go down there. That's what I gotta do. Just play that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as I said, I have quite a bit and I want to just run through it. And I'll put the links in. You can indulge later.
All right.
Let's see if I can get a big enough copy. Okay, that's good. All right. More data sought for vaccine boosters. Health experts, I repeat, health experts not ready to approve plan for third dose. Hmm. Top federal health officials have told the White House to scale back a plan to offer coronavirus booster shots to the general public later this month, saying that regulators need more time to collect and review all the necessary data, according to people familiar with the discussion.
Mm.
I'm stopping right there. Top federal health officials told the White House to scale back. What the heck? So you mean, yeah, very fishy. And yeah, you take a that's enough right there to scare you. You should like, okay, I don't want none of that. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna leave these people alone.
Hmm. Y'all know how I feel. I make it very clear every week. Y'all know how I feel about this. Like, of course, of course.
Right. That's crazy. But hey,
Wow.
yeah. All right. My next thing. Outbreaks in state schools triple. Some take issue with new criteria.
Mm,
You think?
really?
Do you think?
Shocking.
Do you think?
God. Okay. I prepared myself. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, let me read these few lines here. That's all you need, just a little bit to know. We better hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois reports 81 COVID 19 outbreaks in schools Friday, more than triple the number from the previous week and spiking exponentially just weeks after students began returning to full time in person classes. The numbers are based in the Illinois Department of Public Health updated definition of a school outbreak, which tightened the criteria from five related cases to two. During the virus surge last fall, IDPH increased the outbreak criteria to five, with the exception of some healthcare settings, so local health departments could best handle the volume, according to agency officials. But on August 9th, the state health department shifted back to the two related health cases threshold. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention suggested definitions, and on Friday, officials said they have no plans to return to the looser criteria anytime soon. Well, good. Think about that, good people. Think about that. Just one. They only been back to school for 1 week. I have no idea who that is. Just 1 week. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. And
Yeah.
that's what you get. 1 week.
Right.
And it's looking and
Exactly.
it's ugly already. I'm just telling you, I don't know
Mm.
what we're in store for, but all I'm saying, just be
Bro,
ready, good people.
wait till I elaborate on that one because I got a story about this whole school board COVID thing. Because I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I understand that America's always been partisan as far as conservative versus liberal and whatever. But what has happened since Obama was elected is so destructive to the country that like nothing is about the health, safety, or lives of Americans anymore. Everything is this game of playing politics and um, bullshit. Like not even like real politics, like just bullshit. You know, selling to the masses some nonsense to be anti-liberal, even if it kills hundreds of thousands or millions. Right? Like
Yeah.
you can't take a vaccine and you can't wear a mask because that's against your rights, but you can take ivermectin, horse pills, horse deworming pills. That's okay. You can drink bleach or inject it into your skin. That's okay because a conservative told you so, right? But you can't wear a mask because those goddamn liberals are trying to take my rights away. Like what?
Girl,
Okay.
it's yeah.
Yep.
Uh, well, here's more on the job front here.
Mm,
Why America has 8.4 million unemployed when there are 10 million job openings. The economy is undergoing massive changes. There is a big mismatch at the moment between the jobs available and what workers want. Hmm. A mystery sits at the heart of the economy recovery. There are 10 million job openings, yet more than 8.4 million unemployed are still actively looking for work. The job market looks, in some ways, like a boom time situation. Businesses owners complain that they can't find enough workers. Pay is rising rapidly, and customers are greeted with please be patient. We're short staffed. Signs at many stores and restaurants. But the nation remains in the midst of a deadly pandemic with COVID 19 hospitalizations back at its highest rate since January. The surge is weighing on the labor market again, with a mere 235,000 jobs added in August. There are still 5 million fewer jobs compared before the pandemic, reflecting ongoing problems, including child care, as some schools and daycares shut down again from outbreaks. Hello?
mm-hmm.
Could that be kind of why some of these people can't show up and work for you? Hello?
You think?
Gee, I tell you.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
No common sense here. No common sense.
I'm just, I can't. I can't. I won't. I'm just,
You can't.
I just can't. And I won't. But I
Yeah.
must. One more. I think I
I
got
know.
one more. Might be
I
two, but
know.
let's see what I got
Okay.
here. Because I'm building up. Like O'Shea say, build it up, brother. I'm building
Mm-hmm.
it up, sister. I'm building it up. All right. There's that. Go back to the original. Oh, where's the title? There it is. Expanded benefits end on Labor Day. 452,000 Illinoisans have been paid through federal pandemic unemployment program. Okay. Uh-oh. After more than 17 months of expanded benefits, federal pandemic unemployment programs are set to end on Labor Day, cutting off weekly payments to 7.5 million people, including 452,000 in Illinois. The sudden expiration of emergency federal assistance, which some economists have likened to a physical cliff, fis, fast a I know what it is. Fiscal cliff could precipitate oh Lord precipitate everything from a flood of job seekers to a plunge in consumer spending in Illinois, which is expected to be among the hardest hit states. You hear that, Illinois? We're one
Mm.
of the hardest hit states. Not only we have a deficit of $1 billion in pensions. How the hell our children got to pay for all these politicians' pension? No, let me get started. Let me move on.
Mm.
For many families across the state, the loss of pandemic unemployment benefits, just as the COVID 19 Delta variant surge threatens to derail the economy recovery, portends financial hardship ahead. Ahead, people. Ahead.
Ahead. Not now? Just ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, we got some stuff
Just
coming.
checking.
We got some stuff now. We got some
Mhm.
more coming ahead.
Mm.
7.5 million people. That's a
Wow.
lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
A lot.
And this is one person that has been affected. And I shared this on my community tab a few days ago because the word on the street is winter is coming, and it only really affects women. Don't affect men. I
Mm.
don't know how the hell the cold is not going to affect men. How we're just going to say, oh, well, you're male. You identify male. Okay, let me get past you. Oh, there's a woman. Whoo! And the ice, and snow blows on the woman. That's
Mm. Of
just
course.
just just silly,
Yeah, that's the way it
silly.
works. You didn't know? Oh.
Oh no, no, I didn't know. I didn't know. I literally, when I first heard about, I thought it was a hashtag, something new when it came down to winter is coming, and I looked it up and like, oh, y'all need to quit. There's some YouTube crap. Oh, get out of here. Get out
Mm-hmm.
of here. Well, it didn't. It affected a male. We got a young male here, and as I said, I shared this on my community tab. Dr. Tiasan Johnson, he got the video. I think someone sent it to him, and let's take a listen to the young man that's dealing with, I guess, his winter, if you want to be
Mm.
technical.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look, and you can tell me what you think. So here we go.
I was employed. I guess I was a sous chef with a private catering company. I started in around 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. Um, and like I said, when I think we got laid off around March, the beginning of March of last year, and been off ever since. They've supposed to been bringing employees back, little by little, but then that changed. Um, So I've been, like I said, I've been unemployed for like the last 14, almost 15 months, and which caused me to be homeless. Um, and like I said, I've been sleeping various bus stops, um, pretty much anywhere I could find, and also try to make sure that I'm in a safe spot with the place that I am at. Um, and it's been a struggle, been a very struggle. I applied for housing, try to get back on my feet, get a place to stay, things of that nature. And that hasn't been really worked out because, like, out here, when you apply for housing, the average time on the wait list is 2 to 3 years. Been a few situations where I slept at, because of certain situations where I've been able to catch the bus to come to some of the transit centers that I normally go to, and those areas have a lot of. I mean, I've seen everything from rats to roaches to you name it. And it's been a few times where I've been bitten by mosquitoes, roaches. I mean, even before COVID, man, they have programs for single women. If you're a single parent and you're a woman, they'll get you an apartment right away. You go in there, apply, for WIC, food stamps, financial assistance. We call it out here, we call it TANF. You apply for all that, man. They'll give you that assistance within less than a month. They'll get you straight away. But for some reason with men, they figure because you're a man, they figure you should figure, it's basically saying what I was saying. They say you're a man, you should be able to figure it out and do what you need to do. That's basically how it is. And they figure a woman, by them being a woman and being a single parent, they figure, they can't do the same, but it should be equal in both ways. And I've even, says, because we have meetings, they have like little town hall meetings, certain times of the year out here. And I've even been to some of those in the past, and just to voice my opinion on that. It should go both ways. It shouldn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you need help, you should get it. They have all kind of programs for single parents.
Okay, so let me see. I think because he just starts repeating it over and over because I understand the man is homeless and he's upset. So he's going to continue to say that over and over again. But someone never told the young man, explained to him how life is with women and children. And like I said, he's in a spot right now, and all he's thinking about is his situation, which is understandable. And what I find is we have, as I said, this darn hashtag that's supposed to only affect women. Well, we see it has not. This
Mm-hmm.
gentleman has been unemployed pretty much since the beginning.
Mm.
Within 2 months after it started, he lost his job and he hasn't had anything since. This young man is homeless. Now, how old he is, I'm not for certain. I don't know his, background or anything like that. But I know if it was a woman, we already know it would just be people will have a good old time. Well, where's your husband and all that and wah wah wah. But what I want to point out is we see it's not gender specific. Not only that, I want to know why don't some men, since so many six-figure guys in YouTube here, why they
Mm-hmm.
can't help this young man. And in the chat room, I put the link to the video. He has a GoFundMe, and I'm hoping that maybe some of the guys that spend their 8 hours talking about the coochie they don't have, the coochie they want, the coochie they're gonna get, the coochie that's not going to have a safe place in winter and all those type of things. Maybe they can donate some of their time for this young man
Mm.
and raise some money, contact him and raise some money. Because that's what men do. Men solve problems. Though well, the men I know, they
Mm.
solve problems. They don't just sit around and talk about I ain't got this, I ain't got that, I ain't got this, I ain't got this. I used to have this, I want some of this and blah 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 and woo woo woo. And then it's a year later and you still hear the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm hoping that some people will help out this young man because clearly it doesn't matter what your gender is. When you can identify as a toaster, you lose your job with the pandemic. Sometimes you don't get back on your feet. I've even seen, and I don't know who it was, and whatever it was foolish. A darn title saying um, something about people are the stupid people that losing their being evicted. It was just something stupid like that, and I'm like, how could you say something like that? And I'm pretty sure that content creator was over the age of 30. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you would, and it was a male too. Who it was, I don't recall, but I would think that they would have some wisdom to know that that has no effect. This pandemic does not care. It
Mm-mm.
did not care. It does not care.
Nope.
Anything can happen. You can be in a lot of these service jobs, and I'm telling you, that's why when I start the show, sometimes I'll mention how I'm walking down the street and I see a lot of places still boarded up. This sign here, that sign is there. Wow, that place is gone. Do you know that Disney, Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all of them, they're they're going to give up their stores and have a kiosk in Target.
Mm.
How low can you go?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, here's the thing, and this is the unfortunate thing. When you stay in these streets and in these spaces and you kind of saturate yourself in them all the time, what happens is you get a warped sense of reality. And so as a result, you actually don't know certain things. So one of the things, right, here's the issue. Men, first of all, have like this whole ego thing, right? That women, especially once they have children, don't, right? I don't care how much I have to humble myself if it means putting a roof over my kid's head and food in his or her belly. So women will humble themselves when they're in a predicament and say, yo, who can help me? Because I'm now in a place, or, just even single women, well, we're more at risk being on the streets, right? For being raped and attacked and whatever, right? We are weaker. We don't have that ability to defend ourselves. Men, on the other hand, right, they have a lot of ego to them, right? I can take care of me. I'll take care of myself. I don't need no, they're different. And so as a result, they don't immediately think of reaching out for help. And then even when they do, there's a bunch of stuff internally that kind of stops them from reaching out for help. And here's the issue. Then you come into a space like this that tells you don't bother looking for help because there is none for you because you're a man. And you believe it. And so you have a lot of men right now who think there are no options out there for them. They think there's no help out there for them, right? Because the internet told them so, right? Even though you have a bunch of lawyers and activists and whatever that actually do come on and speak about different foundations and whatever that are set up that are there specifically to help men, that are there specifically to help boys, right? But it's hard because you're saturated in 500 million different messages, all these popular people who are telling you there's no help for you, there's no support for you, you're screwed. Don't bother, you just sit there and be screwed, right? And then don't complain about it so you can make fun of these women who are screwed. Like, wait, what? That's not helping us, guys. You know what helps? What helps is saying, hey, listen, a global pandemic has hurt not just our country, but a lot of countries all over the world. This is really difficult. It's not a laughing matter. Let's see what we can do to help our people, regardless of gender. That's it. That's all we need to do. Of course, we don't like that option. I don't know
Yeah.
why. We don't want that option. we, just,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Okay. I have, I need a little rest right now.
Hmm.
I've powered through what I wanted to get through. So
Okay.
now I take a breather. So
All
you can
right.
go right ahead. Thank you.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I think what we'll do is we will talk a little bit. Like I said, I got some expansioning I want to do about some of the COVID stories first off. So I think we'll do that first. Now, there's a couple things. I'm going to run through this one really quickly before I bounce to the one I want to talk a little bit more about. And so here's thing number one. Now, if y'all think, here's one of the ways that COVID is affecting men generally more than women. Um, and for those of you who think that this is a joke,
Oh my goodness.
it's not. It's not a joke. Um, Now, here's the thing. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I found one with a really good picture. So I wanted to use that to talk to you guys about the good picture one. Okay, here's the thing.
Wow.
Okay, we got this information right from Brooklyn rapper 2 Millie. Okay, I don't know, y'all might not be young enough to know who that is. I barely do, but I know it's a person. Okay, and he's in prison currently on some gun charges. Okay, and he's at Rikers Island prison. And he said that they were left unsupervised for more than 24 hours this week due to crippling personnel shortages. Okay. Instead, the unit's 80 inmates essentially ran the show. And he says, I've been answering the phones. He's been answering the phones, y'all. The phones of the prison. Okay. Of the unit of the prison. Okay. The rapper is serving a sentence for firearm possession told New York Daily News. He also noted that inmates have been helping each other arrange transportation to court and set up for video conferences. Are y'all hearing this? The prisoners are running the prison. Okay.
Wow.
Now, the Department of Corrections officials declined to comment to the Daily News about the two units, but did acknowledge the personnel shortages, which a spokesperson blamed on a recent swath of officers either calling in sick or simply not showing up to work. Staff shortages at Rikers have been an ongoing issue, especially as the inmate population has doubled since mid 2019. It has led to unreasonably high levels of violence, according to a federal monitor, as well as an alarming spike in inmate suicides.
Oh.
Of course, it has. You know, because you used to be at least vaguely protected. I mean, sure, you get your ass beat for about 10 minutes or whatever before the guards get there, but eventually they're going to show up, right? Eventually, someone's going to examine some stuff. They're going to send you off to medical. Something's going to happen to somewhat protect you. But what if there's something no protection? What if now the people in the prison, they're basically have free reign because they're running the prison for days at a time. If they're not the ones who are feeding and arranging and this and that, like imagine they don't like you. You know what? You don't get your transport then. You don't get your video call because they're the ones setting it up. Yeah. Um, so and part of the reason why that is because the prison population currently has like a 50% or so rate of COVID, right? So inmates are catching COVID at an alarming rate, right? The prison guards are catching COVID as well, but the biggest issue is that the guards don't want to bring COVID home to their kids, so they don't want to show up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and I understand that that's reasonable. And the thing is, for a little while there, I don't know if people know this, but for a while there, they were trying to be like, okay, no, we're not going to bring you to prison unless it's absolutely necessary. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Uh-huh.
doing that anymore because you know what? People got to get paid. Okay, people
Right.
got to get
That's
paid.
yep.
Um,
That's
so
you're
let's
right.
talk now. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the school board stuff. Remember, I told you I was gonna talk about COVID and the school board stuff. So I want you all to process. Okay, I want you to process what this says. Ron DeSantis is defunding two school districts for requiring masks.
What?
Okay, this is Florida. Okay. Meanwhile, Florida is seeing its worst spike in COVID-19 cases among kids since the pandemic began. But Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, okay, is defunding schools that require masks.
Um.
Yeah, yeah. And so Ron DeSantis administration told two districts Monday that he would withhold funding from them equal to school board members' salaries, making good on the threat to strip schools of funding if they required masks during the state's worst spike in COVID-19 cases among children so far. Remember that children under the age of 12 to begin with can't even get vaccinated, right? And
Right.
so you've got a lot of kids. I mean, normally kids are not in they're not only children. They have siblings, whatever, may have some younger siblings. People are being exposed to COVID inside of their homes because those young kids can't get the vaccine, right? So I mean, how is it spreading wildly? Well, they went back to school, and then you've got idiots like DeSantis here saying, "Well, if you require masks, I'm sorry, but yeah, you don't get your funding." Like,
Uh,
right?
I'm speechless.
Uh, right? Florida Education Commissioner Richard Corcoran sent notices Monday to the districts in Broward and Alachua counties, which accounts for more than 300,000 students combined, according to U.S. News and World Report, saying mask requirements violate parental rights by not allowing students to opt out of wearing masks and that the state would withhold funds from the districts until they complied with not having a mask mandate. Are y'all hearing this? This is You want to know what's happening in Florida? This is happening in Florida. This is why Florida's rates are out of control. This is why you have kids catching COVID and being hospitalized and ERs are now back to being like maxed out and stuff. This is why. This is ridiculous. Now, the withholding of funds comes even after a judge in Florida ruled last week that DeSantis' executive order was without legal authority and that school boards could issue mask mandates, siding with the group of parents who sued the governor. The administration has vowed to appeal. We're going to fight to protect parents' rights to make health care decisions for their children. They know what is best for their children, Corcoran said in a statement. What's unacceptable is the politicians who have raised their right hands and pledged under oath to uphold the Constitution, but are not doing so. Simply said, elected officials cannot pick and choose what laws they want to follow. Now, you would think that that's true. They can't, except they can, right? They absolutely can. Now, the fight over masks in schools has reached a fever pitch, even in Florida, where more people are now hospitalized than at any other point in the pandemic. when we didn't know what the hell was going on at all. Okay, and our numbers were sky high. No, they weren't sky high then. They're sky high now. They are higher now. Okay. Now, on Monday, after the superintendent of Lee County Public Schools announced the mask mandate, a fist fight broke out on live television after the school board meeting. Okay, we gonna watch this. We're gonna watch it. Yeah, that's right. We gonna watch it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Take a look.
So actually, Dr. Wallace got shoved. She was actually, I was just trying to make my way to the door so I could come in and fill a comment card, and a woman stood in front of me and bumped me out of the way. I was trying to get Cindy Banier's attention and tell her hello and thank you for coming, and a woman pushed her body into me. So,
Are you shocked at what this has become?
not at all. Been watching it on social media for weeks and months and months. Not
Okay, right here. Look, right here. So as you can,
Oh,
this are now flying. All of this on live.
Karen, have a good old time now.
Flying.
Right?
Unbelievable what we are seeing here today unfold live.
This is at a school,
Now
guys.
we can see the sheriff's deputies are coming out here to get between the two groups. A lot of confusion, a lot of anger, as a lot of deputies now are finally pouring in to see exactly.
Right now, okay, listen. On Monday, the U.S. Department of Education launched investigations into 5 states, 5, not 1, 5, that, like Florida, have banned local school officials from requiring masks in schools on the basis that they violate the rights of students with disabilities and underlying medical conditions that make them more susceptible to COVID. What? Let me repeat that for you. They have banned local school officials from requiring masks in schools, okay, on the basis that they violate the rights of students with disabilities and underlying medical conditions that make them more susceptible to COVID. They banned masks to protect the rights of students who have conditions that would make them more susceptible to COVID.
Oh,
Th- th-
oh.
That's what they said. Now, the 5 states are Iowa, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Utah. Okay, so this is where and things like this ridiculous display, this is happening. Okay, this is happening all over the place, and unfortunately, even in places where they can do the mask mandates, right? This is still happening. Like it's you would think, and I'll show you what I mean when I say, oh, this is happening. I want to show you, just this is not really a story. I'm not going to do the whole story, but I want to show you guys this right here.
Okay.
Okay, I just want you to see this title real quick.
Oh.
Just real quick. Man who blurted out Heil Hitler during school meeting on mask mandates, fired from tennis instructor job. He This was in Detroit. Okay?
No.
This was in Detroit. Okay. And a man he gave a Nazi salute and said Heil Hitler during a Board of Education meeting in Detroit.
What in the world?
Now he did this. He made the gesture towards Suzanne Busdiecker, who is Jewish, and 2 African American women, and all 3 women, of course, supported mask mandates. This is happening, y'all. Like I don't know. It's like they're now wearing masks, guys, is now akin to trying to put people in concentration camps, or this is what's happening. If you want to know why the numbers are spiking, you want to know why they're out of control, you want to know why it is that now children are getting, or teens at least, are getting very sick, even children are. You want to know why the death toll is going back up, and you got like 200 people a day dying in some states. 200 people a day. 200 people a day. Not day. dying, and they're currently, the numbers are being investigated, right? Because obviously not all of those numbers are going to be just due to COVID. But I mean, guys, wearing a mask and social distancing, it's not it's not difficult. It's not taking your rights away. Okay? It's not. And ivermectin, you would rather pump bleach into yourself and take horse anti-parasitic pills
Uh,
than wear a mask.
oh.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know
Okay.
what the world is coming to,
Right? Oh,
but
okay. Yeah.
I will say I'm gonna do three, and then I'll let you go next. Now I got this guy. He well, these guys. I take that back. We have two cops. Let me see. Am I sharing? I didn't even check to see if I was. Yeah, I am. Okay. We have two cops face firing for roles in fight in 2014. 2014. That's 7 years. What can you do in 7 years? Let's see. Well, we can get a bankruptcy cleared off your record. If you had debt in collection, that'd be off your record. That drops off. 7 years. It took this long for an investigation? What the hell? Incident allegedly sparked by racial slurs. Pair serving desk duty. Two Chicago, of course, police officers who sat on desk duty for nearly 7 years while under investigation for a fight in a downtown parking garage allegedly sparked by the use of a racial slur, face firing from the department, records show. 7 years. What kind of investigation takes 7 years? It was a fight. That's all. What the hell? 7 years, and they're getting paid. That's duty. Articles in the chat room, people. I can't. I just cannot. Yeah, I just can't. Next thing. These people.
No, it's ridiculous. Y'all know what kind of investigation takes 7 years, right? The kind of investigation where they take 6.5 years trying to bury the investigation. And then in the last
Girl.
6 months, someone outside of them notices the bullshit, normally because of pressure from the media, normally from grassroots media like ourselves, and then actually investigates. That's the kind of investigation that takes 7 years.
I guess so.
Hmm.
Boy, I tell you.
I know.
Gee. Now this next story, it's kind of interesting, I must say. Let's see, it maybe can help some people. I don't know. I'll read some of you. Let me know. You might be interested. Calling West Virginia home. Cash for Workers program seeks more applicants with $20,000 incentive. Hmm, sounds pretty good. Charleston, West Virginia. A program offering $20,000 in cash and incentives to remote workers to move to West Virginia has drawn dozens of newcomers and is now taking applications for a second host city. Thousands of people inquired about the opportunity, and 53 new residents from as far away as Germany are being welcomed to the northern college town of Morgantown. Now, the public private program has launched a second phase, hoping to attract new permanent residents to Lewisburg in the southeastern corner of the state. The state tourism office said in the news released Thursday. The 2020 census found that West Virginia lost a greater percentage of its residents than any other state in the past decade, and is now the only state with fewer residents than it had in 1950. Residents left as jobs in the coal, steel, and other industrial industries were eliminated. Industries. The nation's second largest coal producer, West Virginia, has lost 56% of its coal mining jobs since 2009 as power plants turn toward renewable energy sources. So I don't know, people. They got 20 grand. And not only that, they're offering for a consolation prize $2,500 in mortgage assistance to all of the 7,500 people who applied if they decide to move to West Virginia. So I don't know. Maybe you're interested. Who knows? Hey, information is in the chat room. I have nothing, I don't know anything about it. You would have to investigate, see the weather, if it's they hanging people, I don't know. Could be too good to be true. I don't know. But check it out. And if you decide, let me know if you move there. I want to know.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right, and I got one
One more.
more. And this one I've been holding on
Mm.
for a while. This one, man, I think, shoot, I had this one since July, but for whatever reason, just never got a chance to get to it. Um, but it's okay. It's all right. Let's find a share. Boop. There we go. And I'll put that in here for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it had to be a Karen. It had to
Mm.
be. I mean, who else could it be? But anyway, trip to ATM turns sour. Homewood Child's lemonade stand came with the education in finance and racial profiling while learning banking skills. Let me move the screen a little bit. Show a little young man stand. He was getting down, selling his lemonade and everything. Isn't that beautiful? There's his family there. All right, let me read the
Aw,
story to you.
that's adorable. They're,
He's got
they're
people.
team t-shirts. I love that.
When 9-year-old Desan, I think it's Deshaun, Beckton started a lemonade stand this summer outside his family home in Homewood, it was for simple reasons. He wanted to save money and fix his phone. He was also following in his footsteps of his brother, Dewan Jr., which is 12, who runs DJ's Dog Walking. I wanted to start a business like Junior, Deshaun said. It's going well. In branching out from his older brother business of 2 years, Deshaun also got away from some of the unpleasant aspects of the job. It sounds like I read that right. He also, he got tired of being the one who was asked to pick up the poop, Mother Vernita Beckton said with a laugh. So he decided to do his own thing. It got off to a great start with regular customers from Homewood Flossmoor community, people plugging the lemonade stand on social media, and even the owners of small cakes of Homewood stopping by for lemonade and praising Deshaun via Facebook. They were very supportive, 1,000%, Vernita said of the community. And Deshaun Jr. said he is proud of what his brother put together. Dewan, I'm sorry. I was thinking that, this was his brother. I was thinking that must mean I'm a good role model or something like that, he said. Deshaun mother hopes the stand can also be a lesson for Deshaun in saving money. She set up a brokerage account to give him an introduction to investments, but Deshaun's first major deposit came with an unwelcome lesson about the world. The family said they went June 23rd to deposit $300 Deshaun and Dewan Jr. had earned into an account at PNC Bank in Munster, Indiana. Vernita said they pulled up to the ATM about 9:30 p.m. She and the boys got out of the car so she could show them how to use the machine, while her husband and their dog stayed in the car. Shortly after, a car pulled up behind us, Vernita said. Shortly after that, the car came around. She stopped or slowed down and stared at us for a moment and then pulled off. Vernita says she got a weird feeling about the situation, but told her children to ignore it. Right after that, the officer pulled up. She said, initially, when I saw the officer, I thought something had happened around us, and the officer was trying to make sure we were safe or if we knew anything, but I didn't realize it was for us. It turned out someone had called police regarding the Becktons. Munster Police Lieutenant John Perrick said they were told that three people identified by the caller as a black female and two black males were standing at an ATM machine for 20 minutes. The caller also said, "Get officers over there. Just check it out." An officer was dispatched, asked the family some questions, and cleared the call, Perrick said. Vernita thinks it was the woman in the vehicle who made the call and suspected it was because she was uncomfortable seeing a black family standing at an ATM. She said after responding to the officer that asked her husband for his identification and had some questions about the business the children run. Now, for me, that's a little bit too much. I'm depositing some money, okay? I mean, if we just having a conversation and I tell you about my son's business, that's fine. But as far as that being something that you write down in your book, well, let's see, two black um, males at the machine with the black female and the male father. He was in a car and they run a business and the name of the business and they deposit $300 between the two. What the hell are you asking all them damn questions for? They didn't do anything. They weren't tampering with anything. You see nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just move on. And it was terrible that that was a lesson that the son had to learn. Like, well, dang, I don't care if
Mm-hmm.
it was 9:30 at night. So what?
Right.
That was
And
just awful.
mm-hmm. Goes to show you, though, right? And we said it before, and people don't believe it, but they've done studies that have proven that children as young as 8, between 8 and 12, are children as young as 8 and 12 are seen as adults in their eyes, and so they look at our children
Mm-hmm.
not just as adults but as criminals, because the same stereotypes that apply to all black males apply to our 8-year-old boys. So they see a group of black people. Well, they must not be up to. They must be up to no good, right? Because that's what we are. We're criminals. Y'all didn't know? Hmm. They get with the program.
Yeah, that's really messed up. That really
Hmm.
is, but that is true.
It's sad, very sad. And on one side, it's sad that it happened. On the other side, I'm glad it did, because it's gonna happen,
Yeah, it
unfortunately.
is.
So the earlier it can happen and the more protected and supported you are when it happens at first, the better off you would be. The first time I heard the N word, it was from a friend. She didn't know what she was saying. She just was telling me she can't be my friend and play with me anymore because I'm a nigger. I was like, and then we
Mm.
both cried and hugged each other. And then I went inside and cried and told my mommy what was happening. Fireworks were going on because I remember it was Queen Victoria's birthday, May 24. And what was wrong. So I told my parents what happened. The
Excuse
second time, I went to the store in my building and I had earned money from cleaning the house. Not much money, but there's penny candy. So I went to buy penny candy, and I was called the N word again. And I was alone and 8 or 9 years old, right? And so I'm thinking, well, if my family was around when something had happened the first time, you know what I mean? I would
Yeah.
have read from their reaction, their strength, their whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm happy at least he had family around.
Yeah.
So there's that. Unfortunately, I mean, it's sad that we're in this predicament that I have to be happy that it happened at all because at least we know it's going to happen. At least it happened when he wasn't alone.
True.
Mm, sad.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, this is part two of my this is what's happening with COVID. And we're going to mix in a little white privilege in there. It's entertaining. All right. Yeah, we are. Absolutely. Okay. So this is thing number one. Okay. Now, if you have gone to your grocery store and noticed that the shelves are just deceptively like, why is everything bare? Why is everything empty? You're used to it being stocked up. Well, this is actually because of an anti-vax trucker strike.
Mm.
Okay. Now, TikToker McKelly Francisco uploaded a video in early August showing empty aisles on a grocery store with a note claiming the store was not able to receive any truck shipments. Okay. Now, the truck shipments and not being received was because the truckers across the U.S. were reportedly planning a strike against vaccine mandates on Tuesday. This follows a similar protest held by Australian truck drivers on August 29th. One of the most vocal U.S. protesters, the disrespected trucker, previously posted TikToks calling for trucker protests against the vaccine. Okay, now the disrespected trucker previously tweeted for fellow truckers to turn off those keys on August 31st. Several of his other tweets used the hashtag medical freedom, which has been used by anti vaxxers around the country to rally against potential vaccine mandates as well as COVID-19 vaccine in general. His TikTok was shut down on Monday. Okay. And then he goes, censorship is real, folks. I just got banned off of TikTok for absolutely nothing. A TikTok representative confirmed with the Daily Dot on Wednesday that his account was shut down over violations of TikTok's community guidelines around misinformation. Hmm. Regardless, he has received tons of support for the protest on TikTok and Twitter. Many anti vaxxers, in addition to spreading common misconceptions about COVID-19 vaccines, claim that such a strike is what is needed to uphold individual freedom in the country. Can I point out something? The trucking industry has faced no such vaccine mandate. There is no vaccine mandate. There's not even an impending vaccine mandate. But see, here's what happens when you have white privilege. You can get all riled up and upset about nothing, right? Walk out from your job, just decide you're not going to do it, knowing that your ability to work tomorrow will be secured. Now, I know y'all see, here's the thing. I've heard it a lot. People go, white privilege isn't a real thing. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say that there's a lot of sellers on Amazon who would disagree with you. Now, if you notice here, this is a white privilege card. Trumps everything. I'm so serious. It's a white privilege card. Look, white privilege card trumps everything. You can get a pack of 5. Make sure you have one in every bag and purse. Make
Right.
sure you got your pack of 10 for your family and your friends. Okay? You can buy this on Amazon. You can buy a white privilege card. Like, I'm so serious. Okay? Y'all can buy white privilege cards. Okay? You can buy white privilege things to put on your car. White privilege. Look.
Wow.
Yo, listen.
Just
Y'all,
rub it in our face. Just rub it, why don't you?
right? I'm just saying. Okay? Y'all keep saying white privilege is not a real thing, but I think that some people would disagree with you. But here's the thing. There's another thing, another card you can buy if you are a privileged white person who thinks that, just generally not dying from a worldwide pandemic is a horrible thing. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys the kind of people you can buy it from that you should trust over medical doctors, of course. Definitely should trust Anti-Vax Momma. over medical doctors. Okay, now Anti-Vax Momma is a stripper, okay, and an Instagram influencer. Um, and by
Wow.
influencer, I mean like she does naked things on OnlyFans and people pay her, but fine, whatever. And,
Hmm.
yeah. And so she has actually been busted for selling bogus COVID cards on Instagram. Okay, it's like
Wow, she got lots of streams of income.
right, yo, you better diversify, girls. 2021.
Okay.
Okay, so now,
Vers- Diversify them cheeks.
right? Listen. Okay, Jasmine Clifford, 31 of Lyndhurst, sold 250 or so phony Centers for Disease Control and Prevention vaccine cards for $200 each. Y'all,
Whoa.
$200 each. Okay. Um, Now she also connected customers to Nadeza Barkley, 27, who worked in a medical office on Long Island and added the names of 10 or so buyers to his state vaccine database for an extra $250. You hear that? In the database, the state database, entering people's names. It's one thing to sell the fake vaccine card and fill that out or whatever. It's another thing
Right.
for you to then go tamper with the state database,
Dang. I mean, dang, what a scheme.
right? And like these were not like just your regular Joe Blow idiots buying the cards. Like they say, federal agents also arrested 13 buyers of bogus cards who Vance said worked in hospitals, nursing homes, and other frontline and essential employee settings.
Mm.
Okay, so that way they could walk around without a mask, say that they were double vaccinated, which again I don't understand what the difference is, because you can get vaccinated all you want, but you could still catch the vaccine and pass it on. So but fine, whatever. But she calls herself self-described entrepreneur with several online businesses.
Yeah, I see.
Right, right.
And
So
access to databases. Dang.
right, I think that this is epic. And she's not the only one who's doing it, but I'm just saying that they decided to take this stripper's medical advice over, I don't know, a doctor's, let's say, right? The stripper, well, she's hot and look at her ass. I know. I'm gonna take her. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? For any of y'all who are upset, you got arrested, now you've lost your whole livelihood, blah blah blah. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for any of you. Not one. Mm-mm. Nope.
Well, she wanted to vax that thing up, so that's what she did.
Right? That's the thing.
She's like, whoop, whoop. Clap, 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 make it clap. They're like, okay.
Right?
All right, and this one is shout out to Super Sly 75. I told him I would share this with my audience.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, I had mixed feelings about this. I'm like, okay, that would, but wait a minute. But what about, so I'm going to play it. He always had the short ones. And let's see what you think.
A radical plan to crack down on social media abuse is being considered by the federal government. For more, Nine's Oliver Haig joins us live in Adelaide. Ollie, how will it work?
Lila, good morning. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport. Australians forced to submit 100 points of identification, like their driver's licence or passport, when using social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. Now, police would have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse. Now, users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution, and it's all part of a plan hoping to deter people from engaging in bad behaviour. Now, the recommendations were handed down by a federal parliamentary inquiry. They're reforms that are being considered by the Morrison government, with the chairman saying there is merit to remove the veil of being anonymous. Layla?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you gotta have ID to use social media, and that will crack down on a lot of stuff. But then again, the police have access to your stuff, and how do we kind of feel about that? And because it's not that they're doing so well. I don't know. And he's starting in Australia. Now, this it's interesting. Um, I'm wondering how it's going to go. We will hear more about it in the news in the
Hmm.
time to come. But it is interesting to start there. I'll just put it that way.
Right, right.
Wow.
Yeah. See how this one pans out. All right.
I am curious.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one more thing, and then the floor is yours for the rest
Okay.
of the night.
All right.
And the last thing is how you feel about some ice cream?
Ooh.
The FTC investigates why McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken.
Are you supposed to be sharing this?
I
Like,
am sharing it now.
okay. There we go.
I mean, I must say, it is a running joke that every time you go, the ice cream machine is down. I remember when they used to sell in the 90s, yeah, going way back. They used to they used to sell frozen yogurt. Oh, that was really good. Frozen, it was just beautiful. But because it was the same machine, it didn't matter. You go, it was broken. I used to try to drive to some of the white neighborhood McDonald's. It didn't matter. It was best to just not want it and drive up and maybe you'll get it, than actually want it
Mm-hmm.
and look to get it because it wasn't happening, Captain. I'll
Yep.
tell you that. It just wasn't. So let's see if we can get a little show going here. Let's see what it says.
McDonald's ice cream machine is always broken. The Wall Street Journal is reporting the FTC sent letters to McDonald's franchisees over the summer
It's really quiet.
criticizing
Can we turn it up a little?
ice cream machines. The report says McDonald's franchise owners have been complaining about
Can you hear it?
You can hear it just really low.
Oh wow. It's all the way up. Sorry.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
all the
I'll
way
just listen more intently. Okay.
up. Okay.
how complicated the machines are and that fixing them when they break is hard. The FTC declined to comment to the Wall Street Journal about those letters. A 24-year-old ice cream fan fed up with McDonald's often broken machines managed to reverse engineer the McDonald's app to create a map of every broken soft serve machine in the United States. You can find that map in our full story on WGNTV.com. Get your daily dose of news on the go with WGN News Now live streams at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and
Thank you so much. But I don't know. Why is it so important that the feds look into why the machine is broken? It's kind of funny, but what's that all about? Why are the feds looking into why the machine is broken?
Well,
I don't know. Do we really need that type of investigation about the machine?
apparently it's a whole rabbit hole you got to go down. Um, but it starts with the fact that like this guy invented another machine to read the codes properly, so that way it would tell you what's actually wrong with the machines. Because they break so frequently. And the thing is with the machines breaking is that the machine doesn't break. The thing that cleans the machine breaks. And so basically, by the end of the night, right, if you don't clean it, it's now this bacteria ridden mess and it takes like 4 hours to clean. And that process breaks all the time. And
Yeah.
so then people were starting to feel like, yo, are they being scammed? They're just being told it's broken, or it's an easy fix. So that way, the person who has to fix the machines gets paid a lot more. So then someone invented a machine to read it properly, right? And so the guy who invented the original machine and reader, right, is now suing the guy who invented the new machine. And then that started
Oh,
bringing the stats to light.
oh! I never
Yeah.
got that backstory. What
Mhm.
the world?
Uh-huh.
This is
Exactly.
hilarious. I just think this is. I wonder how old that man is. He got to be around 70.
Right?
Because if I'm in my 50s, he got to be in his 70s because this been going on since the 90s.
Right?
I
Mm-hmm.
know for 30 some years. So, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
hmm
This is totally crazy.
So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing about um basically like antitrust as far as like, okay, are you causing the machines to break on purpose so you can scam
Right.
people out of money? Like it's a whole thing now.
It
It's a
makes
whole
sense
rabbit hole. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for 30
Mm-hmm.
some years. I mean, you haven't figured that thing out. Now, I think I did the story on the young man that created the app that showed the. If I didn't, I had pinned it and I just never got to it. But there's a young man that created an app. He got tired of, going and wanted some ice cream, and the darn thing is broken.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what men do. They create. That's
Yeah.
what they do. They see it's a problem, and then they come up with a solution. Hint,
Right.
hint. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to throw that out there. Yeah.
That hint, hint, nudge, nudge, right? Yeah. No. And I don't know if they use that app or something, but they use something to track. And they're like, yeah, at any given time, like 30% of the machines are broken because the cleaning thing is broken. 30%? That's a lot of machines, bro. Like, what is happening? Like, yeah, it seems kind of scammy. That would be real. So next time you want to blame the employees are trying not to poison you. Like, it's not their fault. Okay,
Right.
they don't want you to eat bacteria-ridden, rotting milk stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, stop blaming the employees. It's not their fault.
Ugh.
All right. So, guys, before we do Karen, okay, and I will do a Karen at least, but I do want to sneak this update in because I think
Okay.
it's an important update. And I want to sneak it in right before the Karen just because it's not a happy story. But listen, we need to talk about it. So, first, what we're going to do, okay, I'm going to update y'all's memory, okay? I'm going to update y'all's memory. This is the Ahmaud Arbery case. So, I want to update y'all's memory before I give you this update, okay? Um, and so, as y'all remember, and I always thought this was interesting, and I don't know why no one is talking about this part, but why is there a person recording? I've always thought that this was the strangest part of the
Yeah.
story is that there was a person who was able to record him jogging and was behind, but that person who's recording is with these people who are waiting around the corner. So what?
Yeah.
How did they know what corner he'd run around for them to be waiting down on it? And there you go. That's one shot. Second shot. Third shot. And then he was gonna try to go, but that was all he could do. Now here's the
Yeah.
thing. From there, okay, as y'all know, originally they were trying
Gotcha.
to not even prosecute this case, if you remember. And it was because of people like us, the grassroots media pressure, okay, that some changes were made as far as he was prosecuting. And the prosecutor, this chick right here,
It's like a
okay,
ghost.
right? She looks, first of all, she looks young as hell. Second of all, she looks like a ghost. It's weird to me. But anyway, okay. So this chick had to recuse herself. Initially, she didn't. Okay. In fact, initially, she arrived on scene and she told the police not to arrest Travis. Okay. So let's take a look at these people here. Okay. So this is Travis. Travis is the son. Okay. Right. And then you've got the father, Gregory McMichael. And then you've got William. Okay. And he's the other guy. Okay. Now, here's what happened. This chick is now being indicted for misconduct in the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Mm.
Okay. She's saying she did nothing wrong. We all know she did so many things wrong. Okay. Um, and so I wanted to point out a few things about what exactly she did wrong because people might not actually know and understand this. Okay. So, first of all, when she showed up and she decided to immediately interfere in the case? It's because Gregory McMichael, okay, the father, right here, he actually worked as an investigator in Johnson's office, in the DA's office, okay, and left her a cell phone message immediately following the shooting. And that's why
Oh.
she showed up on the scene and said, okay, let's not arrest the son at least. Okay. So that's point number one. Now, point number two, she said, I did nothing wrong. I recommended an outside prosecutor, Waycross Judicial Circuit District Attorney George Barnhill. Okay. And he was appointed to the case and then decided that there were no charges that were warranted. Right. Now, interesting about that, right, is Barnhill, right, the one who was appointed to the case when she finally recused herself, right? When this criminal, finally recused herself, she called Barnhill for a reason. And Barnhill later also had to step aside after Arbery's family noted that he had a son working for Johnson as an assistant prosecutor.
What the?
Okay? So let's be clear. This chick, she's not getting no special lawyer, DA, whatever. This chick right here tried to squash the case from jump. Wasn't happening. Okay? Why was she doing that? Because Buddy here, Gregory, worked for her. And obviously that's his son, right? Okay, let's not have this case. Then, when she was caught, she called up a friend, Barnhill, who she knew had a vested interest in helping her out because Barnhill's son also worked for this chick. Okay? Barnhill's son worked for this chick, and that's why he turned around and said, no, I'm not going to prosecute. That was a special favor to her. They got the ties, they got the links, okay? And now she has been indicted. So, it's a sad, the Ahmaud Arbery story, very sad story. The details are now coming out from the third guy that, no, this had nothing to do with no robbery, nothing, whatever. He regularly jogged the same route. They knew he was going to be jogging that route again. And that's why Buddy was able to be waiting around the corner. And that's why he knew where to sit and follow them. Because he was running his regular jogging route. Okay. This is all information that Johnson, the DA, had, but she was covering up for a friend. So she's getting indicted now. Let's hope that they throw the whole damn book at her. Y'all, grassroots media, okay? Y'all need to push everybody you know who has a platform, who covers any kind of news and whatever, to push this story, because foot on neck. That's what we need with this. This whole white privilege, good old boys club. We protect each other. It's okay if you kill 1 million black people. We don't care. We need to break that cycle. Okay, see, you see how there's a lead up there. There's a whole white privilege. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I planned some stuff too. Okay. So that's it now.
All right, we got us all excited. Got us ready for.
Now we ready for the Karens.
Our Ken and Karen. Where's my
Oh yeah, we got a couple Kens.
my thing at? Where you at? I went past you. Oh yeah, there we go. Rub my hands together, get all ready. Yeah, got that Ken and Karen coming, y'all. All right, hit it, Karen. What you say? What?
Speed away coronavirus. You are Karen.
It never gets less funny.
Oh,
I'm not sure why.
doesn't.
Right? It really never gets less funny.
It just doesn't.
No. Okay. Guys, in our first story, we've got a Karen. White privilege. Here's the thing about white privilege. White privilege is assuming that the world will always bend to your will and being outraged and just shocked to shit when it doesn't. Okay. So let's see how Karen reacts when Karen misses the bus.
Oh.
Oh my God.
No, you did that. Now you're going to jail. Now you're going to jail. That's not our problem.
You can go, man.
Better run.
I mean, really. Where's she running to?
I don't know.
Like, where's she going? I don't understand.
She ran off to cry. No, she ran to go start a live stream.
Right? Something happened. Listen, we don't have the whole story there. You know what I think? I think this, right? Because it's just like Karen missed the bus. But nah, I think Karen's man left her. Or maybe not her man, but the man she thought was a man until he was like, yo, I don't like you like that. And then he got on the bus, but she was trying to throw on her clothes quickly to try to catch him.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's what she's like, get off the bus! Get off the bus! Get off the bus! Like, who are you screaming to get off the bus? The bus driver? That don't make any sense. Why do you want him off the bus? He'll stomp you, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So she wants someone who's on the bus off the bus. You see what I'm saying? That person doesn't want to get off the bus, obviously, because she's psycho. And he knows it. Yeah.
Please
so that's what,
don't go. Come back. Come back, Nikki. Come back.
and then she just turns around and runs away. Like, where was she running to? That's the thing I don't like. She just started running. Like,
She's gonna start a live stream and talk about how men ain't no good. That's what she was gonna do. I know. I bet you that's what she's gonna do.
But that was one of the most strange things I've seen. First she breaks the window, then she just stands screaming ineffectually, and then she just turns and runs away. Like, it was the weirdest. Karen, I don't understand you anymore. I'm trying so hard, Karen. I really am, but you're not making it easy, chick. You're just not.
Now just imagine if she got on the bus and started messing with the bus driver.
Turner.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, they don't do that no more because everyone's seen that video, including Karen. She knows better. Yo, bus drivers aren't playing with you at all. No, ma'am, they're not playing with you. Okay, so now this one, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it into a Ken segment, but I really feel like it's a cop Ken crossover. Right? And I really feel like we should also point out when cops aren't just being cops, they're also being Kens. So let's see how Ken reacts to this nothingness. Okay. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it's not a really it's nothingness. Okay. Y'all will see. Y'all will see what I mean.
When I walked up to this car, no, sir. You had been driving it down for past a mile. I just rode.
Hold on.
Right.
Now.
Step out of 77. Any reason why you rolled your window up when I walked up to this car? No, sir. You had been driving it down for past a mile. I just rolled it up. Right.
So?
Step out of the car for me.
What does that have to do with anything? So?
Yeah.
You gotta shut that window. Open it now. Step out. Right here. Face that direction.
What is the obsession with the window?
The chain's right here behind your back.
I don't know.
You understand? Why are you acting so suspicious? Well, you're on your window up and I'm walking up on scene for a routine traffic stop. Ain't nothing going on.
What?
You roll your window up. What does that look like to me?
He's cold?
For your safety.
Yeah. Nothing. I rolled up my window.
Take off.
That's my dad.
No, sir. Yeah.
No, sir.
I rolled up my window.
320, give me unit code now.
I want to clarify something.
Unit code for roll up window. I have a person here rolled up the window. That seems suspicious to me. I gotta find something. Back me up, everyone.
Right,
Roger.
like, I don't get it. It's like, you're acting suspicious. Yo, that kid is the least suspicious person I've ever seen in my life, okay? And then he's not doing nothing. You rolled up your window when I approached. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know. I coughed too. And I farted. Now what?
Right. Like, you know why? Okay, y'all, I'm going to tell you something.
So sad.
Anytime my car stops, I roll up the windows. But I really the only place I like to feel wind and have wind is when I'm actively driving. But when the car stops, I roll up the window. That's going to sound crazy. I'll explain why. I am terrified of bees, and bees literally are like attracted to me. It's the weirdest thing. Mr. Ruby thought I was playing. I'm like, no, you'll see, watch. Every time we go out on the balcony, right? If he's on the balcony, he'll sit out there for like 3 hours. No bee. As soon as I step on the balcony, B comes. Right? So I go inside.
Really? Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, yo, those B, I'm telling you, they're coming for me. So then I leave. B goes away. Wait 15 minutes. As soon as I go outside, within 5 minutes, there's another B. I don't know what it is. Like they like coming for me, and I'm deathly afraid of them. So if I'm sitting, the car sitting still, I roll up the window so that way no bees can fly in. Right. So,
Okay.
but apparently that's me acting suspiciously because
Yeah, according to him.
I don't. Oh, okay. And then love this part. So I don't know if they're close to the house or whatever, but there's the father over there in the black truck.
Good.
That's why he called down. He's like, "Yo, what's up? Yo, you need to move along." Oh hell no, sir. Right? The kid's like, "Yo, that's my dad. He's not going nowhere." Like, so, all right, but let's see what happens now. Okay.
And he got mad because I rolled up my window.
Step right here.
I rolled it up. Back
Step
up.
right your feet.
Yeah.
You're about to be
That's what
arrested
happened,
blocking
huh?
the roadway if you don't park and get out.
I rolled. I rolled
Park
up.
over there.
That I can. It's my right.
You are interfering with my job. You need to go park over there.
Interfering.
I rolled up my window like you said. It was my right to roll up my window.
No, it's not.
How's he interfering?
What?
It's not his right to roll up his window. It is not that guy's right to be parked on the street. Okay.
Oh, ain't too close. Your next complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Arrested. For what?
Arrested. He's standing on the sidewalk.
Roadway.
Put your phone down. Turn around.
No, man.
On the
for what?
roadway.
Hold on. What am I blocking? I'm not.
Hold on. Yo, I want y'all to notice
the
that he
hell?
did what the cops said. He went and he parked his car somewhere properly.
Right.
Okay. He came back. He's all the way across the street on the sidewalk doing nothing except recording. And then this cop goes, "Yo, go arrest him."
That's why I
For
said,
what?
oh, he's too close. He's too close.
Yeah, right? Go arrest him for what? Blocking the roadway. He's on the sidewalk. What? I can't even. Is that even a crime? Okay. Well, apparently it's a crime. You don't have the right to roll up your own car window. So I don't know. I mean, okay, let's keep watching.
Put your phone
Blocking any
down.
roadway.
Enough.
I am not blocking a roadway.
Right. Put your phone down. Put your hands behind your head.
Hey, Russ, I hope you got this on video. This guy's arresting me for just standing here. And
Oh, he's trying to take his phone. He's trying to take his phone.
No, that's not your property.
See why it's a Ken moment?
Dude, what are you doing?
You're gonna get sprayed. Okay? Put your hands behind your head.
Yeah,
Then he told him to spray him.
Now they're spraying him.
But
He's not doing anything. Like, he's not doing
You
anything.
run code.
Dude, what the heck?
Look,
Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Lawsuit, suit. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
This thing on? I'm sorry.
Sure. Now you see why it was a Ken, why I was like, no, this is definitely a Ken crossover, because what does Karen always try to do? Take your phone, right? It's one thing. Like, she's programmed, take the phone. Why would they spray him? Because he wouldn't let go of his phone. And they were trying to take the phone from him. And then now it's a moments later, and they held his head still so they could spray him again.
Right.
What?
Oh, my child. He'll retire, and that's all I'm going to say. I can't say anything publicly.
Right? I can't even. I have no words for this. What happened? It is not illegal for you to roll up your window. Like, this happened because he was rolling up his window.
That's what he said, but we know it's something else.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. Like, first of all, you followed him for a mile. You admitted you followed him for a mile. Why were you following him for a mile? Were you just waiting for him to do something illegal? You kind of swerved a little bit, so I have a reason to stop you because you too dark skinned to be driving in this neighborhood, right? Like, that's why were you following him for a mile? A mile. That's what he said. I would follow you for a mile. Your window was down the whole time. Then I would have been concerned. Why were you following me? What the hell's wrong with you? And y'all, listen, we didn't have time for it today, but I could have done a story about a cop who's a stalker. Stalked a chick for 3 years, could get no help.
Yeah, do that one. I was looking at that yesterday and got upset. So, yeah, let's do that for next week.
Yeah, we're going to definitely do that one next week because I don't understand how that's even a thing right now. Um, but you know what? Listen, we're gonna finish off with a little typical kind of Karen action.
Okay.
Right? We talked a lot about COVID and masking and whatnot, and I felt like you know what, this is definitely our closer. All right, Ken. So enjoy, y'all. Enjoy. Let's get this a little bigger. All right.
I do not wear a mask because I do not believe I need one.
You're literally everywhere.
If you're scared of me,
I'm not.
that's you. That's on you. Fuck you. If you don't believe in individual liberty. Yeah. Good luck in your life. I'm pretty sure I'm about to get kicked out of here, but you know what? I do not give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
Right?
I do not give a crap.
Yes, you do.
Don't
If
swear.
you believe in what you believe, rise up and do not do it. It's that simple. It's that simple.
Security.
You have a right. My body, my choice.
Yo.
And I believe in that. My body, my choice.
No right to leave.
Anybody that doesn't believe in that, please walk.
You're now on the internet.
As he
Please walk.
That was epic.
Oh my goodness.
I have no words. I don't even I don't what? My body, and he's like doing this whole head bobbing thing as he's screaming what is wrong with you?
I care. Everything he said, just say the opposite. I care. I don't want to go. I can't stand up because I have no way to stand up because I'm being told to leave.
Right? Like how?
I believe you're wrong.
He cares so little, Shar, that when someone said, "Please don't swear around my children," he goes, because first he went, "I don't give a shit. Don't swear around my children. I don't give a crap." Wait, I thought you didn't care. Hold on, what happened? It's not your individual right, liberty, and freedom to say the word shit wherever you want? No, that you should change, right? You're wearing shirt and shoes inside of a place, right? That you should change, right? But wearing a mask, that is stealing your liberty.
Ah, boy.
Gotcha.
Wacko. Well, my headset is out, and I love these headset. I've had a little bit over a year. I think I paid $30 for it, so I guess I got my money's worth. I will be replacing them so I can be nice and fresh for next Friday. Yeah.
Nice.
So, guys, I want you guys to think about what I've said. Watch the replay if you kind of came in late, and try to help the young man. All this winter stuff, you know what I mean? What I say, that's just a bunch of nonsense. What is here is this pandemic, and how long and how it affects us, we have no control over. So, you guys be safe out there. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments. I don't think I got a membership, but if you would like to give a membership, that'll help with the promotion of the channel. Like to do some things, do some things for you, because you will be special. You'll be a member, but you all are special.
Yep.
But,
Did you see you got a super sticker? See? Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I saw a super sticker. Yeah.
Right. Shout out to BMT. That was a super sticker. All right then. All right. Check you out. Coming up, Shar.
Yeah, really appreciate it. So I do thank you guys. I want you to stay safe out there. Enjoy your holiday, however you choose to spend it. And until we meet again, stay safe and peace, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.